every day I'm surprised by the amount of success that I was able to achieve, especially when I go to independent shows and people ask me like, how can somebody like me can be seen on TV or can be just like have an opportunity? And I'm just like, what makes you stand out? What makes you make me want to invest in you?
Right.
At the end of the day, right?
I put this on everything.
Party people.
I love this.
It's your boy,
My
M.A.Z.
sweats and my clothes. I thought I told you this is my world, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, party people in the place to be. It's your boy, M.A.Z. All right. Back again. Familiar face.
Hey.
How you doing?
It's a great question. I am running late from everywhere. I don't know if that's a state of like feeling. Just been running late. I feel like life is happening too fast.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm doing great though. I'm I just came back to wrestle in December, and it's been busy, very busy, and I'm at a point in my career right now that when I go wrestle, I want to have fun.
For sure.
You know, because it fucking hurts. It really hurts. So, and I had the opportunity to sing with mariachi yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was great. We're going to upload it later.
Yeah.
And then I sung my song, my new single that came out yesterday. That is called Yo Quiero Volar, that you can watch it on YouTube.
Look, hold on, Skrill. Before we get into that, that's why I didn't know how to even introduce you. Are we talking to Thunder Rosa? Are we talking to La Mera Mera? Are we talking to Melissa Savant? Like who are we talking to tonight?
Okay, so I'm always La Mera Mera. That's not going to change.
Yeah.
That's trademark in the United States.
Talk to him. Yeah.
I couldn't trademark in Mexico because there's like so many La Mera Mera Radio, La Mera Carniceria, the meat shop. La Mera Panaderia, like La Mera Mera, something like just do it in Canada and the United States. Something.
All right.
So I go as my name, Melissa Cervantes.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to come up with another moniker because just like, I don't know, I have too many like nicknames. You know?
Got a lot going on.
Yeah. But I mean, last time I talked to you, I was like in the middle of my injury, and like I was just so happy that I had a platform to talk about what I was going through because it was hard, dude.
I bet.
And I couldn't say a lot of this stuff. It's just like, but from like looking at myself back then and looking at myself now, like, first of all, the hair,
Talk about it.
It's all about the hair. The hair, the attitude, like my life changed. I've been through therapy, but music was what honestly, Massey, it saved me.
Yeah?
Honestly, so I started with Mi Mejor Escuela, which came out, I think, September of last year or something like that. Or that's when I re-recorded it. I don't remember. It came out last year. But Mi Mejor Escuela was pretty much talking about all the people I was talking shit about me. Like, they don't know where I come from.
Right.
They don't know how I struggle. And the awesome part about this video is it was, as you can see, I was thicker. I was hitting them tacos real good and all that food. So it was recorded in Tijuana in a small like theater by one of my high school friends, bro, who has and created his own production thing that is binational. Yeah. And he's won a lot of awards. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll produce your video." And like when we were doing the video, I was just joking too much. And then, it's the worst. So I had...
What? Talk to me.
No, man, it just pisses me off. So I pay this woman who's supposed to do my gear. It was like a super elaborated gear.
Yeah.
Bro, when I got it, ladies, have you done kermeses when you were like little, or like festivals, school festivals, and your mom used to like make your own clothes and stuff? Yeah, that's how it looked. And my friend was like, "You're not wearing that." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, you're not wearing that?" And I was so thankful. I was walking around, and there was a place where they were renting dresses and shoes.
Yeah.
So we had to run and rent that dress.
Oh, wow.
So I was wearing like the biggest pin in the back. But the beautiful part of this one is like my family's there when I was little, and I'm talking about how like the teachings of my parents was the best school that I ever had, right? Mm-hmm. But it was like, again, music was a way to like really express how I was feeling in a way in where pretty much you can say whatever, you know.
Right.
Not like Drake and Lamar and like dissing tracks.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people that I was throwing shade at, they don't speak Spanish.
Even better.
Even better for sure.
But I wish I would have written this song. It was my friend Reina Bosques, who's from Coahuila, Chihuahua. I'm somewhere from over there.
Yeah.
But she wrote this song and she wrote the other one. And when I heard this once, I was like, this is exactly how I feel. I need to sing this song.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And before it came out, I had a family party in Mexico, and I was singing for like the family, and they're like, "Oh,
Nice.
my God, we love it!" And now my little nephews, they put this on YouTube, and they know the lyrics, which is really cool.
That's
and then they go
dope.
to school, and then they fight the kids because Thunder Rosa is their tia.
Yeah.
So I'm always getting phone calls. But with Yo Quiero Volar it's a song that hits to my heart. It's about, I don't know if you've been in that situation in where you have a partner and you know you're growing apart. And no matter what happens, like you just feel like it's just pulling you down, right? And you have to make a decision. It's either you
Should
don't
I stay?
feel, yeah, should I stay? Should I go?
Right.
And then you're like, remember all the awesome things that you went through together, but it's just not, you don't understand what's happening now, right?
Right.
And I think it happens a lot when you're like in relationships and you're in long relationships, and then just people grow apart.
Right.
You know?
I mean, it looks great. It's definitely shot how you're explaining it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like these.
Oh, and the guy is a teacher. He was so uncomfortable. So the story goes like this. So we get there. It's in Monterrey, by the way.
Nice.
We had
Nice.
one day to record this thing.
Uh-huh.
Because as you know, Patreon has paid for a lot of these things. So if you see me showing my booties, because I'm paying for my music. So we had, oh my God, and when he kissed me, I was like, ew, no, what? It was like so weird.
Yeah.
But this guy ended up being the model because we were gonna get this like super hot stripper,
Oh, wow.
but he chose not to come.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, and we had another one. He like totally said no. And then we did a call on Facebook last minute. And my homeboy Fernando made it. And then he got there. He was so quiet. And I am a firecracker. So I'm just like busting his balls. And he's just like, what did I get myself into?
Right.
And this is his first time doing a video like that. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of acting, a lot of directing, and because I'm always playing around, they're like, Melissa, you gotta stay focused, and I'm like, you know. But it was
fun.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was like acting, and you have to act and sing and everything. And this is my favorite part. It's like when you're like coming from work and the house is a mess, and then you know your husband and your boyfriend don't give a shit, and you're like, here, take that, and I was just like.
So I'm laughing because my mom over here looking at me like.
And he had the audacity to tell me, watch this thing, because I ain't doing it. I'm about to go and be necio at the bar at the west side. And I'm like, bitch, is he like, agarra esto, pendejo, lárgate. That's exactly what I said. Sacarrácate de aquí, baboso. Sacarrácate de aquí. No, it really hits to a lot of women that has been through the same, or in men too, you know,
Sure.
just like
Facts.
you have to.
Talk to him, squirrels.
No, it's like you have to really like make really hard decisions.
Yeah.
And you have to be with a relationship because you probably have tried everything, but you just have to fly and you just have to like, I mean, if they say that if you let it go and it comes back, it's yours, and if it was never meant to be yours, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's
And
the
I think-
age-old saying, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think for me that's what it was. And when I heard the song, my Reina, who was my voice coach at the time, she started singing it. I started crying because at the time I was going through, you know, something similar.
Yeah.
And it just hit home, and I, you know, Massey, I was really hurt from everything that was happening in my life, you know, and it's just like, again, music saved my life. And then during this time too, I met someone from Broadway who are doing the last match. If you guys can see it, they're gonna be on tour on the East Coast.
Okay.
It's Broadway. They asked me to translate a song called Una Estrella Brillará. You can find it on YouTube. Again.
Okay.
And this is kind of like rock, we translated the song. And then they flew me to New York to record the song.
Oh, nice.
That was the dopest thing ever, dude. Yeah, it was really cool.
This is right here, huh?
Yeah. I love it. La pasión arde desde mi corazón.
Okay.
Quemo todo a mi paso y me trago el orgullo con el fuego en mi interior. He visto en mis sueños luego escapar.
Nice.
Me acosan y me quieren quebrantar. Now watch me like I could be like in Broadway.
I could tell, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the vibe.
¿Querías tú en mi lugar? ¿Acaso cuestionas si dejarte quemar o permitir al fuego brillar?
Okay.
No, but this is dope
No,
because
I
it's
was
just
just
like.
I can
very
tell
cool.
you love this.
Oh,
You know
I love
what I mean?
it. Yeah. And then when you get on the like, it's because this one is about wrestling. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're in the ring and like the girl is singing. Oh my
Right.
god, my favorite part is like the chorus like una estrella, mi estrella.
Yeah.
Aunque opacarme ellos quieran te reto a pararme, provocarme, mi estrella brillará.
Hey, I'm sold.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sold.
I'm sold.
Where the tickets?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, it was like I went to Broadway to see Funny Girl, and then I went to see Wicked by myself on my birthday because somebody left me hanging.
Wow.
And then I asked the person, she's like, "Oh, what happened? We didn't go out." I'm like, "Bitch, get out of my face." You
know exactly what happened.
You know what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I went, and then I remember there was like one of the main songs before they go on break, and the girl's just like flying in the air, and I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I see myself like doing something like that, and music is awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. So now I feel like where is Broadway like on the bucket list? Like, would you consider?
So
Would you consider touring? Touring?
no,
and stuff?
I was actually gonna do a special show on May 17th, but because I'm gonna be in the West Coast doing wrestling, my schedule didn't pan out, and I was not able to do it for that same show for the mother. And it's so sad because I really love the people that are working in the project. Jeremiah being one of them, and like. Just being in that environment is so much different because, well, I know I'm lying. It's just like wrestling, but with more money.
Right.
Because they have to put this like extravagant productions, and you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
Right. Because if they're touring in smaller theaters, but at the end of the day, what they want to do is to be in Broadway.
Right.
And man, it's another world. It was beautiful. Like, I don't know. It's just like the people that work there are so talented, and we don't have a lot of Latinos also in that. And he introduced me to some producers, Latino producers, female Latino producers.
Nice.
Was like really empowering. But I'm
sure it was
I'm like let's go sing. I love singing. I like it's just because you start sweating too. It's just like it feels like wrestling because it's a lot of exercise for your abs.
Absolutely.
And stuff. Yeah.
No, I could tell music has inspired you a lot since,
Yes.
even the last time we talked. Because like you said, when we talked last time, you were going through your injury and, wrestling was still, it was there, but you were still kind of on the fence about it. So I feel like now that we're here, you're walking this line of, obviously wrestling is still your path, what you're doing now. Mm-hmm. But music is, I feel like, almost overtaking the wrestling a little bit. Am I wrong or?
I mean, I would like for it to start paying like wrestling pays right now.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, because don't get me wrong, it's just being in the ring, it's just like another level of like a high. But I feel like I'm like a recovery addict right now because wrestling was my drug before I was injured.
Right.
Right. And then like it was taken away. It's like when stupid Diana Barrasso, Gelato, I call her Gelato. Diana Gelato, she's about to attack me right there.
I seen that. I remember watching that and I was like,
you seen that? I felt it, man. But I slapped the bitch out of her. I can tell you that. Watch. This is my favorite. Like, she smashes me. And
Right.
I'm like, Jordan as fuck. You know, it's just like, and now you can hear all the people like, boo.
Right.
Like, boo. You know, so she's like slapping me like, huh? You think you're cute, huh? Get out of my face.
This is great.
You know who I am? I'm like virtuosa. You can put some respect to my name. Shut the fuck up. Dámala.
Right there, yeah. No, that was fun. And then even like you're saying, like with the AEW and you know, fresh off of watching Dynasty, you coming back to wrestle Tony Storm, and that was dope to watch.
She kicked me on the coochie.
I see.
My coochie still hurts.
I didn't want to say that.
I had to put a patch on it. I gotta put ice on it. You know. Even my neck hurt after that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy. But like, you know, you transitioning from the wrestling and then, well, not want to say transition because you're still doing it, but seeing you do music, I could tell you are excited.
Oh yes.
And like, it's dope to see.
It's because it's challenging. It's challenging, you know, and it like mentally stimulates me. And like,
Gotcha.
Another thing I was watching. I know a lot of people don't like Bon Jovi, but I was watching the Hulu special because I was doing cardio, and I was just like, what am I gonna watch? And I was like, oh, Bon Jovi. And
I heard it was good.
you know, I work in Busted Open. I do radio too.
Okay.
Which I love doing radio. By the way, you can listen to me every Friday on Sirius XM. I'm the only female in there. And oh my God, I always bust the guys' balls. Like they start like talking like dirty, and then I took it to the next level. It's
Right.
just they should never do that. And then off the air, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst. But I got sidetracked. Yes. So I was watching Bon Jovi stuff, and he was just talking how like at 13, 14, he started playing instruments, and everybody in the group, they found their love for music. Some of them, their parents were musicians. Some of them were just like, you know, middle class, you know, like Joe Schmoes that had nothing else to do. And I'm like, I feel like they need to like, I got to get a keyboard, and I need to start like playing with the keyboard and like probably self-taught. Because like that's why my coach, Silvana, who is on The Last Match right now. She's one of the writers and singers for this Broadway production. She was telling me that it's important for me to do. But yeah, it is very challenging. Recently, I don't know. It's just everything's like life happens so fast. I was in UC Berkeley, and I had the opportunity to sing the national anthem with mariachi.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the arrangements were wild, dude. Oh my God. It was hard. It was super hard, but it was beautiful. It was like beautiful arrangement. And I know people are hating on the arrangements that were done this last weekend. It's music. It was respectful.
Yeah.
The violin was classic. It's just, you know, of course you can hear the mariachi stuff, but it's still the national anthem. And
Right.
I feel like when people do it that way, we don't do it to disrespect, you know?
Sure.
And it was beautiful. I think it is on YouTube. I'm pretty sure. If not, it's in one of my blogs. But that was really cool. I had the opportunity to do that in my alma mater and UC Berkeley.
Yeah.
But it was like that kind of stuff. I had to train for the national anthem for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because that thing was not easy.
Right.
Not easy at all.
I bet. Especially when it comes to doing it to that magnitude.
So it's like, that's what I like about music, because it's challenging, because it's different.
Yeah.
And I'm also getting older, so like I need to like have my mind and my brain to be like working in a different area that I never worked when I was younger.
Gotcha.
Because remember, when you're like young and you're like in survival mode, like what you're trying to do, you're just trying to work. You're just trying. You don't even think about trauma. You don't even think about anything, and you just go.
Right.
And then once you are able to achieve some sort of success, and like you can actually relax, that's when everything hits you. You're just like, oh, am I triggered about this? Oh God, like what? I don't like this. Wait, what? Like,
Right.
is this normal? You know?
Right.
And I think that's what I told you these last 2 years. That's what happened. Like I found out that there was a lot of things that I pushed away since I was a young girl, because I was in survival mode and I was just hustling all the time.
Right.
Which I'm still am, but I'm not as hard right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
yes.
still are.
You know, people like you and I, we don't have a choice. We don't have
Right.
like my parents who like are gonna save me, or I can go and live with my parents. Like, is the total opposite. Is like I have to help my parents.
Right.
You know, I am one of the few people in my family that have been able to be successful in something such as being an entertainer.
For sure.
You know, and every day I'm surprised by the amount of success that I was able to achieve, especially when I go to independent shows and people ask me like, how can somebody like me can be seen on TV or can be just like have an opportunity? And I'm just
Right.
like, sometimes it's hard for me to answer that question. You know, it's like, I don't know, bro. Like there's like 5,000 like you. What's different about you? Right?
Right.
What makes you stand out? And that's what I always tell them. Like, what makes you different? What makes you make me want to invest in you?
Right.
At the end of the day, right? So it's hard, but I feel blessed. I feel pressured. I feel
sure.
Sometimes like the level of anxiety is really high, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm one injury away from retirement. You know, it's just crazy. So I need to network more with people that are in the music industry to like start, you know, getting better productions and, you know, maybe in the future sign a contract with someone so it's easier for us to record because we have to be in the studio more.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
How do you, if you don't mind me asking, how do you deal with, like, you said pressure, right? There's times where, you know, I can't imagine the type of pressure you're going through, but like as far as how would you say you cope with being able to function through that pressure, or just be like, you know, or just try to like get through the day when you know there's so much shit that you gotta get done?
Medication is a beautiful thing. Having a good psychiatrist and psychologist is a beautiful thing. No, definitely therapy for me and using the right medication has helped me tremendously. My brain was absolutely insane. I can tell you like 3 months back, I was having a lot of anxiety going to the ring. Like, oh my God, like I was like questioning myself like, oh my God, are you gonna suck? Are you gonna be the same? Are you gonna like bring it? Like, are you gonna be able to do this? And it was a whole day. It was just, and then putting the matches together, it was just like torture. It was just like so hard. Like, because, you know, sometimes you don't want to read the comments, but it's like, when I came back, like the stuff that people were saying, it's just like, oh, she's not the same. She's fat. That bitch doesn't know what her gym is. Oh my God, like thunder thighs and like, look at her gut. She's big. Oh my God, she's fat. Like, that comment that I never forget. We did a promo for Collision, and I was not in shape. I'm not gonna say I was because I wasn't. She looked like a gallon of milk.
Wow.
Are you serious? That's what I said?
That's wild.
Some fool called me a gallon of milk.
That's
and I
crazy.
was like, well, you ain't getting none of this milk, bitch. Straight up.
Man.
And also, I was not mentally and physically, like, it was hard for me to come back to the ring, man. It was terrifying. I just came back from a almost career-ending injury. Right? And, like, I had tears in my L4 and L5, and I still have like herniations in my L4, L5, and S1. So I have to be very careful I exercise, how I take care of my body, how I wrestle.
Sure.
So like those comments like 6-7 months ago, they really hurt because I was so vulnerable. And like I left on top. Like I was a champion when I left.
Right.
Like, I wasn't even able to like drop the title, you know? And then like people are like, oh, she's like Shawn Michaels. She doesn't want to drop the title. And I'm just like, no, fool, I'm fucking injured.
Right.
Like, I wish I would have dropped the title so everybody would have shut up. But my back was, you know, and my health was more important than the process.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was maybe like 3-4 weeks away. It wasn't like I had like a broken hand. It's like my lower back. And I was talking to my friend, and he has the same problem. He has similar problems right now. And he was like, do you have like burning pain? I was like, dude, I can't walk. I can't move. And like some of my other peers, they went through the same thing, right? And I didn't want to also give a crappy match if I was going to drop the title.
For sure.
You know, because it's like, it's not fair for the new champion. Like,
Right.
You want to try to give your best. But in retrospect, like, that was a sign of life just telling me to calm down. And also that was a sign of life in God that gave me an opportunity to discover other skills and other things that I could do besides being physical and, you know, going through tables and chairs and, you know, fighting because, I'm a fighter too. So
Sure. Because, I mean, I think a lot of people don't think about life after whatever career that they got going on, whether it's, basketball or football or wrestling, you know what I mean? And when it's all said and done, people are like, well, what? This is all I have. And then they're stuck in that mentality. And like you said, when it comes to the anxiety and pressure and things like that, they don't know what to do. So that's when you hear about those emotional breakdowns because they feel like that was their life. Like that was their purpose, was literally just to A, wrestle, B, play basketball, football or whatever. But then life afterwards, it's like, what else is there left to do?
yeah, and that was the hardest thing for me the first couple months when I was at home. And I was like, oh, how am I gonna do, my vlogs, like,
Right.
because I was doing traveling. I can't travel. I was doing Mission Pro, which we're gonna touch in a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't even wrestle on Mission Pro. I'm having some issues in Mission Pro. I don't, like I didn't want to be around wrestling.
Yeah.
It was so painful. But I had to like get over that and like little by little just like start investing more time. And right now it's kind of like I feel like so rejuvenated and like I've been involved in more storylines and I've been like trying to which is funny. Now I'm a heel in Mission Pro and I'm a babyface, in other places that I work.
Right.
Like people were so mad because I slapped the crap out of Izzy in January. But it is important that people like me that have the skills I've been in the wrestling business that have gone through a lot to like teach the ropes to some of these girls or even to like challenge them, right?
Yeah.
To like be better. And I feel like Michael Jordan, he was challenged all the time when he was a young player.
Right.
And he was bullied a lot of the times. And he was like, oh, you guys gonna bully me? What did he do? He's like, he put on weight, trained harder, and became the best player
to
ever,
do it, for sure.
And I feel like when you have people that can push you to your limits in a positive way, you can build a new generation of women that are like not only physically strong but mentally and spiritually strong.
Right.
Absolutely. Because this place wrestling will eat you and chew you out.
Right.
In a second. And that's what you have to understand. Like you can't have a fragile ego when you're doing professional wrestling or entertainment for what
In general,
matters.
right.
Yeah. And two, you have to have a very strong group of people that are your foundation. If in case that anything happens like that, they will, hold your hand and, get you out of the hole when you need to because it's not easy.
For sure. I guess it's a kind of good segue to kind of go into Mission Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. I know Skrills and I was looking at some clips the other day.
Listen, this shit looks fun.
Yes. First and foremost.
Man.
You've been there, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. We've been to an event. But recently, we was looking at, do you and Carolina...
Oh, she's a ring rat, bro.
We was watching, Skrills and I was watching it, and we were laughing because we was like, no, we gotta ask her about this beef. You know what I mean? With all the beef going on with this Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and now you and Carolina, like, come, let's talk.
Carolina thinks she's like the queen of San Antonio. Like, bitch, away. La mera is the queen.
Yeah.
Look at her face. Look at her face. She's so excited. She's so excited to be part of Mission Pro. She's our general manager, She tries to keep it cool. Like now she forced me to have a match with Rosa Chanel.
Yeah.
Which I've been, I screw her over. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta steer the pot, man.
Yeah.
Like
you gotta do what you gotta do. Let them know that you are still the boss. You know what I'm saying?
I was telling you, like I told Rosa. Rosa was our former. You can see the video right there.
Yeah, right there in the blue.
She was our former tag team champion, but her partner got called in New York now, so she's working in in the big leagues. And I was like, who is you, girl? Like I don't recognize you. You're no champion to me, And Caroline is like, oh, you gotta keep it cool, girl. Like I'm so tired. I'm so tired of people like you. I mean, like, look, you think you can do whatever, and I just like flick boogers at her.
Right.
Like I'm just a terror. Which, by the way, Carolina, if you're watching this, you better invite me to your podcast.
Yeah.
These promos are great, by the way. The ones that we're watching.
Yeah.
Better things. Well, she just kind of left her here, and I really I don't see it in her, She needs to spice things up a little bit, And that's what happened. I mean, I got bored, and
I get bored
have to teach her a lesson.
There's life lessons, man, that gotta be taught.
Yeah.
Women be out there thinking they're like hot shots and stuff, and then they get stuff handed. But no, there has to be someone who has the guts and the audacity to teach them what
exactly
real life is.
Yeah.
Right.
They got to learn.
Yeah.
Either I mean, you're gonna bump, you're gonna fall sometimes, and get back up. And sometimes there's people that's gonna push you.
Oh, I've been pushed around. You know
Yeah.
that. You know that. And I'm just teaching them what I was taught from
Yeah.
all this, like, terrible things that happened to me. Just trying to make something positive,
I love it. So this is all going down when?
June 15th.
Yeah.
And the Salvation Army Mission Corps in 3802 Southwest Military Drive, San Antonio, Texas. Which, by the way, if you're coming, come and drop some food. We're like doing a food, what is it?
Food drive.
Food drive?
Food drive. Thank you very much. My Spanish was in the middle of in my brain. A food drive.
Yeah.
And this show is gonna be hot, man, because we have a tournament from Exodus Pro, which are collaborating with us, and they're also collaborating with NWA. Tiffany Nieves, who is our champion right now, she is in the NWA.
Okay.
She will be wrestling Issy Moreno. Everybody's BFF.
Clearly not yours.
Okay, this is some real shit.
Talk to me.
Not everybody is your best friend, boo.
That's true.
That's real. That's real.
You're out there thinking everybody has the best intentions for you. And what do? They slap you on the face, or they just use you. And once they're done using you, they're done texting you, they're done calling you. And then what do? They start dropping diss tracks on Twitter, or just dropping some diss tweets on Twitter.
That's real facts though. That's real.
I mean, come on. So I kept it straight with Issy. I slapped the crap out of her because she comes with her like little like bracelet.
Bracelets
oh
and
I was like, girl, no. And so she wrestled JP. They beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
She earned her spot, and now she's gonna be going for the title in June 15th. And besides the fact she is a very popular wrestler amongst young kids and just young girls, which is super beautiful to see those kids.
Absolutely.
Because I love to like rip their little things that they
Pictures,
make.
right?
Yes.
For sure, signs and all that.
Oh, they cry. It's great.
Now,
But,
go ahead.
yes.
So I mean, real quick, I think just women in general, whether it's wrestling, just sports, I think all eyes are on the women fan base right now, and just women athletes in general, and y'all are getting a lot of praise, and I think that is super, super dope. I wonder if that's just because even like with other promotions and what you got going on Mission Pro, which Mission Pro, people, if y'all don't know by now, like this is a majority women wrestling promotion, and they all do their look. We had I don't know, Skrills and I went, and my wife as well.
Yeah.
We had a blast. And y'all put on a great show.
And one thing I want to point out too is that, I mean, we went, was it last year, I think?
Yeah, it was like sometime last year.
Yeah, because I remember it was a toy drive.
Yes.
Right, and it was
Right.
during the winter time.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
Silver
Christmas.
Bells.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
yes, there we go, Silver Bells.
Yeah, and just seeing the product then and what it is now, like it's growing. You know what I mean? The crowd is there. The production is like up there now.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a great product that you guys have been putting together. And I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I mean, we try our hardest, like running the shows. Let me tell you, like especially women's shows.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, not sometimes. A lot of people think that women don't draw. If you do it the right way, you start building
Absolutely.
a
Yes.
foundation, and you start building a fan base. And we've been able to do that for the last 3-4 years. It's gonna be our 4th year running the shows.
Yeah.
And it's taking a whole community of women and men to like really support this. And this last show, we had a lot of sponsors. There's been a lot of people sponsoring our talent, and we're able to like bring talent from out of state. And when you're running shows, you also have to like make a profit.
For sure.
So we'll like to make a profit so we can invest more on our production, so we
Right.
can
Yeah.
invest on better photographers, so we can invest more in stuff like a lot of the stuff that we do it from the bottom of our heart, and with a lot of we have a lot of volunteers and a lot of people that they believe in what we're doing. And the crop of women that we have right now, they've been wrestling for less than 5 years.
Wow.
So we are trying to build the next stars, and a lot of the girls, plenty of the girls that have worked with us because they come in our show and being seen in Title Match Network, they get booked in other places, and they get to be champions in NWA. They get to work in NWA. They get to work in the other Fed. They get to work in AEW. Emily, who's been our social media, she does on a mission on Tuesday. She's everywhere. She's like doing interviews, in the Fed, and then she's doing her own stuff. So with her, and then we have Trenda, who's our talent relations.
Yeah.
She deals with all the things that I don't want to deal. I'm just kidding. Brian Cervantes, he is our booker. Like, we bounce ideas with him. Jeremiah Wilkinson, who is the one who's doing all the promoting and on social media, and then also he does a lot of the food work. Dan, that's another one. He helps us with our website, and he's the one who keeps it like, hey guys, you have the office guy. That's that person. You have to have like that.
The suit, for sure.
Victor Cervantes, who I call him Tio Victor, he's a door guy. He's been helping us for the longest. He was one of our main sponsors that helped us buy the ring when we first purchased the ring. So this has been a community thing, and it's just been a project for a while.
That's amazing.
And although we're not making a lot, like we're not making thousands of dollars, like we are putting some of the best premier women's wrestling in the country. And that's a lot to say. We believe in a lot of these girls. We see the talent that these girls have more than some of the people that, they kind of like overlook them. And I can tell you, I was overlooked for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I created with Brian, we created Sabotage at first, and then we created this later because nobody gave two shits about me. And I was like, oh, so you're not gonna believe in what I can do? Okay, I'm gonna bring all my girls that have the same luck that I had, and we're gonna show the world that we are worth to be invested in.
Absolutely. And I think that's beautiful, honestly.
Yeah.
Just to give yourself
doing it.
Doing it at a premier level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. Go ahead, Scribbles. Like, were you gonna?
No, that was it. I mean, it was that. Like, everything you're saying is actually, we're seeing it. You know what I mean? Because like I haven't been a wrestling fan since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. More recently, I've been getting back into it. But going to where we went to the Silver Bells, like never been to. I don't think I had ever been to like a live wrestling event.
Yeah.
And Mozzie was the one that was like, hey man, you're gonna like it.
You're gonna like it.
Yep.
And I was a little like, all right, man, cool. So we get there and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was like you couldn't stop watching, right?
It was like us being little kids again, like just
Exactly.
going up there and watching wrestling. It's like we were getting into it.
Right.
I don't know if you heard me, but I was kind of loud at one point. Kind of
Yeah.
screaming.
No, but
and
that's the
shouting.
whole point. Like that's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
a place where you can go and do that.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I love when I go and watch wrestling, and I'm a fan. I be yelling, cursing,
Yeah.
like, hugging my friends when they're coming, doing their entrance, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" It's just like just having fun, Or even when I'm at work and I'm not working, I go out, like for Dynasty, like the last match when Strickland won.
Yeah.
I had to go out and feel the people, and that was a beautiful moment. Like, I guess it reminds me when I won my championship,
my
right?
God.
Because those moments you can't, like, when it's like the first, you just can't reenact that. You can't.
That feeling, that energy that's in the room.
It was insane. It was insane. I
Yeah.
feel like a superstar when I won my championship. Like, people had signs. People have like Thunder Rosa things. It was just like amazing. And then like having Dustin Rhodes to come out, and like I lift my arm because he was my mentor. He's still one of my mentors, And
For
like,
sure.
one of the ones who believed in me through and through. It was beautiful. And then like Tony came out and did his thing. And it's like when I went out, like out back, my sister was there. My whole family was there, and like
That's dope.
a lot of the girls from Mission Pro were working that night. Nice. They were all there, and we have a picture there with all of us together.
That's
so
dope.
It's just stuff like that, and then I don't miss not being able to walk for like a week. But it was beautiful. It's a beautiful moment, and I wanted to be part of that moment with the people.
Yeah.
And like you see the confetti, and like everybody's like having a blast, and then he had like his friends in there, his girlfriend, and I was just like, all right, this is cool, like because we both were at Lucha Underground at the same time, and they really didn't care for us. They kind of like nos menospreciaban. They thought we were less than or whatever. And
Gotcha.
we had to work much harder than anybody. Yeah, I was telling her, get up, bitch. What's up? Come and get some.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm very expressive in the ring.
I could tell. Yeah, I've
That's
seen
why
your
I
fights
love your
a lot.
matches. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I watch them because it's. I mean, besides the athletic part of it, it's the entertaining side, and it's all
Right.
combined into one match. Your match
Yes.
that you do that very well. And
I love doing that though. It's like so much fun talking crap, especially in Spanish. Like when they're like, "You can curse in Spanish," I was like, "Don't tell me." Because I will.
now I'm about to go crazy.
Oh, dude, it's like ESL Central there, man. Bilingualism to its max.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's just so much fun.
yeah, you definitely cussing right here.
Absolutely.
Toma.
I said, "Toma los babosos, mocos," you know. That's my homie Brandon from Puerto Rico. He'd be like, "Oh man, you're so much fun to work. Like, you know the timing."
Yeah.
Because I've been working for TV for almost 10 years.
Really?
Yes.
So you're made for this.
I was born to be a star, homie.
Yeah.
This is not Lady Gaga shit, but it's like, no, I remember telling my mother, like, and it was just so funny. I was like 10 years old, and I was like, "Mom, I was born to be a star." And my mom like, "Ay, cállate, mija, no andas de payasa." Le hago, "No, ma, for real." Like, I always knew I was going to do something big.
Yeah.
I never knew what it was. And I ended up being professional wrestling.
Right.
Lucha libre, like they say in Mexico. You know,
But I think, you know, and the other question, one of the questions that I have for you too is like going back to after wrestling, right? I mean, you're not there yet, but it sounds like you're exploring, you know, what the options can be.
Right.
And will be at some point. But like, you know, where do movies fall into place? You know what I mean?
Oh, I should be taking more. I took an acting class a couple months ago because I needed some help with my promos on TV.
Yeah.
Right? And because that was like one of the biggest criticisms that I got. I was like, yeah, she can wrestle, but she can't talk on the microphone. And I was like, certain things like you don't diss, like you don't forget when people tell you that,
Right.
you know? I mean, people told me that I was never going to make it out of being a janitor, you know, when I was in college and I was cleaning bathrooms at the Symphony Hall in San Diego. And like, I remember this lady, never forget. She looked at me and she's like, "Oh my God, I love how you clean. You're so good." And I just looked at her and I said,
Oh wow.
"I do this because I'm going to college, not because
Right.
I like it or I like to be talking to you in this bathroom and picking up your vomit."
Right.
Thank you very much. So I said, I'm never again going to let anybody tell me because of who I am and where I come from, what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You know, you don't know if I'm the owner of the business and I have 20,000 other people cleaning, right? And I know that for her it was a compliment, but for me it was like, no, that's not a compliment for me. Like,
Right.
I'm busting my ass working, cleaning bathrooms and picking up puke because I am going to be an educated woman in UC Berkeley. And I'm
Right.
going to get my master's and I'm probably going to work in the office
Talk to him.
and I'm going to be your boss. You
Right.
know, like that's what I was thinking. But I thought I was going to be more of in a professional level. Like that's what I thought I was going to do. Right. Because I was always very motivated. But now with entertainment, I told you, I'll always like to entertain my cousins, like in family functions. And like, I was always like, do you remember Cangrejito Playero, the song? And you were like, Cangrejito Playero. And everyone was like dancing like that when you were little.
It sounds a little familiar.
Yeah. They used to put that song and they used to be like competencias. We used to like compete
Okay. Yeah.
to see who was the best dancer. So I'm just
Gotcha.
like,
And you won every time.
always, man. Oh, Señora Laura, one time my cousin had a video camera. And we used to like do this like Laura in America. Remember that? So I was Laura. I was the host. Oh
Right.
my God, I was so extra. So extra.
It makes sense. But go ahead. Yeah.
But it was all my cousins. We used to like do like the stupid Loud in America, and like it was just like the dumbest thing. I wish I could have that VHS.
VHS, yeah.
It was great, and like, but it was things like that I knew I was different.
Yeah.
You know, I always like to participate in theater, and I always like to do like recitals, like the poems and stuff, and. I never won though. I was like, man, even then I sucked at public speaking, I guess, you know? So I was like, memories. So, but yeah, so I took that acting class and it helped me a lot. And that's Laura in America.
Yeah,
Dios mío. ¿Qué pasa, el desgraciado?
Oh my God.
That was a great day. So, man, she got a lot of work done. She's old, right? She's in her like 70s now?
That's crazy. So like, I remember seeing her face because there was a point in time where like I didn't have cable at one point, or the cable bill wasn't due, or we didn't pay it or whatever. And so there was times I was watching Air TV, you know what I mean? Whatever channels popped up on the TV at the time, that's what we had. And I believe I remember seeing her face, like on a lot of the, because she had a talk show, right?
Yeah,
that was
she had a talk show.
was a talk show. Okay, so yeah, that's what I remember seeing her face. I'm like, oh, she does look familiar. Okay, yeah, I remember seeing.
No, she did like a Big Brother in Mexico.
Oh,
like,
really?
Famous people, yeah, and people like, they get a lot of controversy. They do a lot of stuff because you need to still like stay, in
right
for you to make money and get sponsorships and stuff. But she had that show for years.
Wow.
She started in Peru and then she came to like Miami, and it was big. She was a big deal, and she was one of those people that I used to watch when I was little. The same with Cristina. I love Cristina.
Yeah.
Cristina was like,
that's who I grew up with.
so
Cristina.
classy, man. Like that lady, like that Cuban lady, blonde, super sweet. Sábado Gigante on Saturdays.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Don
Francisco. Oh my God, Don Francisco was kind of a pervish guy. Like, it's just.
This is my guy right here, Chacal.
El Chacal, yes, dude.
If I was a wrestler, I'd be fucking Chacal.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's a lot of things like at the time, like for me it was normal, but now that I'm older, I was like, man,
yikes, right?
Yeah, I was like,
I saw the caption right there. Why was this Latino show was problematic? And I'm like, all right, so.
Hey man, he had nothing but baddies around him, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Growing up, it was like, hey, I want to be like Don Francisco, Don Pancho.
Don Pancho.
Right here, look, boom.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Like Las Edecanes. All of them were beautiful, 5'7", different countries.
A type.
Yes, I mean, that's what sells on TV for a long time. Like, why are you so close? Don
Problematic.
Francisco?
Wow.
What? But you know what? But it's just like that's how he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like telenovelas, like a lot of the telenovelas, they were like sex scenes, especially the ones from after 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, oh my God, I don't want to see that. That's not good.
Right, yeah.
Maria la del Barrio, Marimar. Oh my God, now I see the memes on Marimar. It was so, the storyline was so wrong, bro.
Huh? No, I'm not about to say that.
Marimar.
Look, don't mind me. Mind your business, okay?
Marimar.
Oh man, what a show! Yeah, at one point when my wife was pregnant, we was like, I was literally laid up with her, and we was watching like, I think we went through the whole season of like Marimar, and yeah.
You like the scene when she's like, oh, this soup is so good, and she's like, oh yeah, we killed the gallina. I was like, Macha, matate a Macha, Macha. I was like, bro, it's like the most cruel fucking. No, and then the other one when Eduardo Capetillo was like, hoy sí te bañaste. What the hell? Like now you took a shower today. I was like, whoa, like dang. When I was little, I was like, didn't understand, but I was like, that was messed up. It's like, ahora sí te pusiste perfume, perrita. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, but she always had like this the rags to riches plot.
But it was all like that in a lot of the stories, though.
Yeah.
That's why when I was the little girl and I didn't have money, I was like, maybe if I marry some like white-looking rich dude, I'm set for life. Because Marimar didn't.
Right.
María la del Barrio, Rosalinda,
Rosalinda. We got that on DVD, don't we too?
Oh
yes.
I said Marimar, María la del Barrio. I'm missing another Maria Mercedes. I mean, she was from the slums, bro.
Yeah.
She was cleaning cars and stuff. And he'd be like, chale, uy, sí, vamos. And then all of a sudden she was rich.
Right.
It's just like, but that's what I'm saying. That's how it was.
Yeah.
She was a clown, bro. She would be a clown. Look at her selling. She couldn't even juggle. Maria Mercedes.
Made it to the top.
Another white-looking Mexican,
My cousin looked like this dude.
No, because like now it's like hitting me now. Like, was this like, especially how entertainment is and stuff like that, TV and all that. Is this almost kind of like, I don't want to say
It's a cheat code, man.
Yeah, it's almost like kind of, I don't want to say propaganda because I feel like using that word is such like a triggering word, but it's like almost if y'all are programmed to go to the guy that looks like this. You know what I mean? It almost seems like watching that as kids and stuff like that, it's almost like, okay, in order for you to make it in
But
life,
those
you
are
gotta
like
look.
beauty standards that society set for,
Right.
you know,
I guess that's what I'm trying to
for
say.
generations, and
Yeah.
it's I mean, it's they were hard to break, right?
Yeah.
And like now people are like talking about empowerment and talking about, you know, indigenous movements, and you know, like me being Chicana, like stay brown, you know, like
Yeah.
we play around, but it's like I'm proud of being Mexican. I'm proud of being a woman of color.
Right.
What at the time when I came here, I was put my origins to the side so I can assimilate to a culture, right? And now it's in your face. I paint my face as a sugar skull,
Right.
you know, and like I come with a headpiece. It comes like I celebrate Dia de los Muertos every day.
Yeah.
But this is who I am.
And I think that's dope. I think people should embrace that more often. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, being, I guess, you know, catering to whatever the programming, whatever wants, when you could just be you.
It's a process, though. It is definitely a process, and some people they never do. They never do. That you never find who you really are, who you were meant to be.
Right.
Right. And I think in the process of me being lost in a new country with a new language, with new traits, with new laws, with new societal expectations, I was trying to fit in, but what I forgot is that sometimes you don't have to fit in. Sometimes you just have to be yourself,
Right.
and you will fit in somewhere, right? So that's why I love Thunder Rosa, because she's taught me a lot about being me.
Yeah.
You can see her with a face paint, but you saw it in Dynasty. That was me.
That was you.
I was like, yo, what's up?
And I'm back. You know what I mean? That's why I loved it so much, because I was so
Yes.
hyped. I was like, oh man, my girl
No,
back, and she about to whoop some ass.
When I did the reveal, like I heard, oh, she's pretty. I've been telling you, fools. Been telling you, but you don't believe
Yeah.
it, you know. But it's like, you know, it's just beautiful. Like I'm having a lot of fun. I am, you know, really embracing the woman that I had become,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to the future to see where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
You know, so even if it's entertainment, if it's in an educational level, which I think I'm moving towards to, like I do a lot of motivational speaking in universities.
Yeah.
I lately, because of my PR team, I've been going to like meet ambassadors in different embassies in Canada and London, like anywhere that we can.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing because I learned so much about Mexico just in general, and just also being here in America, what it is to become a Chicano. Because at this point, I always said this a lot of the times. I'm not. No soy ni de aquí ni soy ni de allá. I'm not from here or from over there. You know, because you're like, she don't speak Spanish. You know, I hear that a lot, and I'm like, cállate, güey, ¿cómo que no habla español? You know, it's like, then they give me, ay, no sabía que no hablabas español. No, claro, like I was born and raised in Tijuana. A lot of people think that I'm American.
Yeah.
Because I started in America to wrestle and everything.
Right.
So I still haven't had the privilege to go and wrestle in la Catedral de la Lucha Libre, which is in Mexico City, in CMLL. But I know if it's in God's hands, I'm going to be out there one way or another.
For sure.
And it's going to be even much bigger for me, because I was like, I made my career in the United States.
Yeah.
And I'm probably one of the most successful female Mexican wrestlers in the history of lucha libre and wrestling.
Absolutely.
And nobody can take that away from me.
Right.
Nobody.
History books, people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Nobody.
Yeah. You did that.
Yeah, because yo quiero volar, you know.
You're nice. You're nice.
I mean, download the song. It is on Spotify.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not on Apple, but Spotify, it's Yo Quiero Volar.
Uh-huh.
It's right there along with Mi Mejor Escuela. Also, you can watch all my vlogs every Saturday.
Yeah.
The Thunder vlog. If you want to get to actually know me,
Uh-huh.
definitely watch the vlogs. That's like me all the time with makeup and no makeup. You can see it right there, Miss Tony Ridiculous Storm kicking me in the coochie.
That is a great thumbnail.
Bro,
Yeah,
it's
you know
the
what you're
best. And like the promo, I'm gonna say too, was like probably I have one of the. My friend says is that I have one of the biggest balls in the business.
Yeah.
And that's why I lost, because she kicked me in the balls. But yeah, June 15th, tickets
Yeah.
are available on missionprowrestling.com. You can also, in that link that is in my Instagram,
Yeah.
it's all my stuff. Patreon too. You can subscribe. I have from like $9.99 to like Los Meros, which is nice, pretty penny. But you get to like, I buy things for them and I send them to them like every 6 months.
Nice.
Yeah, cards,
Nice.
like special 8x10s and what is it? I send a bunch of stuff. Like I send all my stuff. That's the merchandise that I have. I have more that is gonna be uploaded pretty soon. That is just gonna be uploaded for a couple of weeks. I'm doing just runs that are like 25 of each, and I'm sending them myself.
Yeah.
So make sure you pay attention to that. But other than that, just keep watching me on either Wednesdays or Saturdays on Collision or Dynamite.
Yeah.
You know, because I still wrestle
Absolutely.
for La All Elite Wrestling.
Thank you, Melissa, for pulling up and talking to us again.
It's so
Yeah,
weird.
thank
It's
you.
so weird when you call me Melissa.
I know, it is weird. I'm so used to calling you Thunder
Thunder
Rosa.
Rosa.
You know, I even in the text, I'm like, Thunder Rosa, what's happening?
I have no name now.
Yeah.
My name.
I'm not gonna lie. I totally forgot your name was Melissa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It's easier to say, but Melissa. I was just like,
It's Melissa so 80s, you know, like.
is it though? Like, Melissa, I'm trying to think. It's not really an old person name.
I don't think so.
Nah. Its age is fine.
Plus, you got Mel right here. Mel
Exactly. Yeah,
sounds cool.
Mel's cool.
Mel. But there's so many Mel. And there's other Mel C's, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
so.
Yeah. Nah, Melissa's better. Nah. Look,
Follow
okay.
me. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
Help me out. Comment on the stuff. Like, I do lives almost every day to promote myself. Self-promoter right here.
Yeah.
Also, if I go to your tia's favorite reporter's house, which is shout out to Jose Arredondo, your tia's favorite reporter. I was at his dad's birthday and I was passing out flyers before I got there. He introduced me to his cousins. You know what I did?
Huh.
I gave them a flyer to come to the show. It's like,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
roll up, brother.
Yeah.
Support us. That's my homie right there.
Yeah.
Emmy Award winner,
Hey.
78207.
Huh?
West Side.
What's happening?
West Side, South Side. We be like terrorizing everybody on the West Side. I can tell you that. We love.
Yeah.
I love San Antonio, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Aw. So where can they find you on Instagram one more time?
Thunder Rosa 22 in all my social media handles.
Uh-huh.
Then thunderrosa.net
Yeah.
for my website. Patreon is www.patreon.com/thunderrosa.
Uh-huh.
YouTube is the same. You can find me there. And I do Thunder Nights.
Thank you for pulling up to the show. Oh, my fault, Skrills. Where can they find you at, bro?
At Mission Pro Wrestling.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can definitely find me June 15th at Mission Pro. You know what I'm saying? Summer 11. Be sure to get tickets ASAP. And y'all probably see me out there screaming my lungs out and standing up. And
Hey, yeah, we need
song
to get
behind me-
closer seats. They didn't have them when we pulled up, but we got to pull up
Yeah,
early.
nah.
Well, you let me know, and I'll put you in the front.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
bet.
Right on.
Okay,
Thank
Especially
you.
if you guys are gonna be doing some content.
Always.
Come on.
Oh yeah, come on, yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna be wrestling that night.
Absolutely.
You gotta, Carolina. Carolina. Just gonna be there.
No, for sure. Yeah, okay. You heard that ringside. You know what I mean? I hopefully somebody in behind me won't be like, "Sir, sit down. You're too tall." Like my fault, bro.
No, you come through. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure. We'll be there for sure. For sure. And I guess you can find me. Yeah, I'm Oz's World Official on IG, everything, Twitch, Kick, all that good stuff. Oh, speaking of Twitch and Kick, I thought today too. I was thinking about bringing my Xbox so we could kind of run the AEW game.
Dang, and you just
And,
didn't
and,
bring
I,
it.
and I dropped the ball because we could have ran the match real quick.
We'll do it next time because I suck at that.
Do you?
Yeah, my son just brought the PS5 and he was like, "Oh yeah, you want to see the game?" And I was like, "What the AEW game?" She's like, "No, the other one."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, you want to play? You want to play like you?" I was like, "No, I'm terrible at it." And I was like, "Oh, by the way, I have a podcast. Gotta go. Bye."
Yeah, I was running for a little bit, and then I was running online, and then there's a lot of cheaters on there. I will say, people exploiting moves and stuff like that. And I got tired of playing.
No,
But I
but
was
next
climbing
time, next time we will do that though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll run it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, your boy Mozzie. Like, share, subscribe. Miss Thunder Rosa, Melissa, La Meta, Skrills, all that good stuff. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus, I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk. Man.